What exactly is NSI skateboarding and what does it represent? Today I'm going to explain why I started this brand and what I hope we can achieve with it as a community. When I first started this YouTube channel a little over 3 years ago, my main goal was to create a set of videos that would together act as an ambassador to the sport of skateboarding by showing newcomers how to go from deciding how to place their feet on the board to learning all of the foundational tricks that I knew and understanding what a lot of the skateboarding specific terms that we all use on a daily basis really mean. But the thing that I was most passionate about was sharing this amazing sport with people who didn't really understand it or hadn't really given it that much of a chance yet. There are some really special things that happen when you start skateboarding. When you first get into it, you start to realize that just riding a skateboard can give you a feeling of joy that is unmatched by almost any other activity that I can think of. It's sort of what I imagined flying would be like when I was a kid. Once you learn the basics of riding, you and your board can just endlessly cruise through the streets or float over all the ramps at the skate park without a care in the world, and with a little more practice, you can even fly through the air as well. If this is all there was to skateboarding, it would already be enough to thoroughly enjoy it for an entire lifetime, but it's not. As simple as it might seem, just a piece of wood connected to 4 wheels, there are a lot of things you can do on a skateboard. If you spend some time watching the other skaters at the skate park, or even just watching some skateboarding videos online, you start to crave the ability to learn some more advanced maneuvers. You can jump over stuff, you can slide your wheels on the ground, you can slide the board on rails, you can grind your trucks on ledges, you can make the board flip underneath you, and the list goes on and on forever, endlessly combining these and an infinitely long list of other elements. Once you start learning some of this stuff, the drive to learn more and more starts to become sort of like an addiction. You start looking for ways to learn new stuff faster. You start collaborating with others, sometimes for advice on how to do a trick, and sometimes just to help you get in the right state of mind in order to land it the first time. Your values as a person, even outside of skateboarding, start to become the ones that make you better as a skater. That, right there, is what I love about skateboarding, and that is what NSI represents. Skateboarding teaches you that you're capable of doing things that you might not have ever even imagined. You'll almost never see a skateboarder put another person down for trying to learn how to do something new, even if they look a little bit silly or awkward. Most of the time, the only person who's really worried about how novice they look is the person themselves, but after a while, you learn how to get into a mindset that allows you to practice and improve without spending a lot of time worrying what other people are thinking about you. It's getting in this mindset that allows us to grow in skateboarding and in other areas as well, learning to ignore the voice in the back of our head that says whatever we're trying is impossible, or that everyone else is going to think that we look ridiculous while we're trying it. Once you're able to unblock yourself from thinking that you're not capable of doing something, it's only a matter of time before you're actually able to do it. It's just like how one of my favorite sayings goes: if you think you can't, you're right. All you have to do in order to accomplish any goal is to be able to imagine it and then start working toward it, refusing to stop under any circumstances, even if the path to get there starts to get a little bit harder or even a lot harder than you imagined it would be when you first started down it. Most of the time, you won't know what the full path to accomplishing your goal is going to look like up front, so you just have to take things one small step at a time, compartmentalizing the goal into smaller sub-goals that you can understand and achieve individually, and then continue tackling each sub-goal progressively until you get to the end. Along the way, you're going to experience failure, and a big part of what determines what type of person you are and how successful you're going to be is how you deal with it. In skateboarding, if you let falling down be an indication that you need to stop trying, then you're obviously never going to unlock your full potential, because it happens a lot. Falling is actually a really good indication that you're actively pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, which means that you're learning what you need to do in order to eventually be successful. I always tell people that you should try to do at least one thing a day that scares the crap out of you. In skateboarding and in life, your failures and what you learn from them will help dictate how you approach problems in the future, and you'll become your best self if you learn to welcome these opportunities and leverage them to help you improve. In my opinion, the only way that you can really fail is to stop trying. Now, this is just my side of the story, and the full message really comes from all of you guys, so tell me the single most helpful piece of advice that you know in the comments section below, and as always, never stop improving.